what? How do you want to start this? Do you want to say welcome back, everybody? Because we haven't done this in
Yeah,
forever, and you
yeah.
just decide to say that out of nowhere in the middle of an episode sometimes.
I remember. Welcome back, everybody. And you were like, Neil, we haven't said that ever.
So I guess to preface this, I just wanted to explain that I do pro wrestling,
Yeah,
and
Davey's a pro wrestler now.
yeah. Is that you
Oh shoot, were
drinking?
we not supposed to swear in the first? Huh?
Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to censor that.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to swear the first minute with YouTube or something.
You're supposed to say things like unalive too. You can get demonetized.
I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, you can't say a lot of things. I'm probably gonna have to censor this whole conversation. It's just gonna be just one long followed by the intro.
Do you think Harry Harpy is still following us?
Oh, he would have commented on those shorts and or something if he was.
Hmm.
There's been a lot of
Hmm.
references to Harry Harpy, and this guy doesn't say anything. What's wrong with him? He probably thought we were bullying him because we were calling him out a lot, but I was trying to communicate with our audience. Cyberbullying is not okay. It's a crime.
It really isn't. Yeah, you could get
Oh
in
my
big
God, what if
trouble.
he killed himself?
Oh, you mean unalived himself?
Hit the credits. So when I started doing the pro wrestling, you don't wrestle right away. You get
Yeah.
exposure by just kind of being there at the shows. So I go to class and I train. And I've actually had a shoulder problem since the beginning because I took a front bump and I hyperextended my shoulder and then it felt like it came out, but it didn't. And it was just really uncomfortable for the rest of the night. Oh, wow. Thanks for just interrupting me with your burp, talking about my life here, Mr. Neil. So, so my shoulder was giving me problems, so I was like on and off going to practice, so I wasn't really getting the there it is. I didn't get the practice I needed for the first few months to like if I did this when I was younger, I would have also been a lot quicker to pick up the like athleticism of it and stuff. But now I'm like my back hurts and everything, so I'm always stiff. Are you still there? What the fuck? Hello?
So was my burp that strong that it caused you to go offline?
I don't know the fuck that was. I don't know. I was just speaking and then I heard a little message like, hold on, Neil hasn't said anything despite me like making a couple jokes. I don't know if I'm hurting his feelings now because
In my view, I burped and then you were like, "Oh, Neil, what the?" And then it just immediately cut out. And I was like, "Holy shit, my burp took you offline." Damn.
what was the last thing you heard?
Well, before you keep recording, I can't see your screen anymore. Oh my god.
Guy sounds like the clown from Dead by Daylight.
All I can see is a big green screen that says the Damien.
You don't
That's
see
my dog.
anything else? I said share
Nope.
screen.
Yeah, I know, but I can't see anything else.
Man,
Okay.
this episode's gonna be a full long like the whole beginning's just gonna be us troubleshooting, just trying to show YouTube videos.
What else is new when we do anything?
What about now?
I still just see the green screen. Did you? Yeah, are you sharing the window?
I'm sharing my screen. Ort! Boop 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 boop! Boop 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 boop! Boop 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 boop! Boop boop boop
Can't
boop!
say anything.
X gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. First we're gonna rock. Then we're gonna roll. We ain't gonna stop. Don't let it go.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when DMX, like, what happened?
No.
You didn't hear the news about DMX, like, in the past couple years?
No. What happened?
First he overdosed, and then it's like,
What?
oh no, DMX is in the hospital for overdosing.
I don't know why I'm laughing about that, but holy shit.
Well, first he overdosed, and then
Mhm.
you hear the news. Oh no, DMX is in a coma. Fuck. You know, is DMX gonna be all right? DMX is a vegetable.
Oh God.
DMX is dead.
Holy shit.
That was the news. Like, like over the course of a week, it's like, oh, shit. Like DMX is a vegetable. He's not okay anymore. He's dead. You know, I pulled the plug.
Holy crap. That's crazy. That's horrible.
You still can't see my screen.
No, I still cannot see your screen.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I can't
Well,
see
hold on, I'm
anything.
gonna hang up.
Mucha lucha, mucha lucha.
Lucha Lucha.
It's a way of life.
Still can only see a green screen.
Mr. Neil, hold on. I'm gonna restart my computer or something. If I'm going to the show and I'm not like a wrestler, I'm just gonna kind of be there. And it's a little like boring at first because you kind of like sit in the crowd and try to be the noise because a lot of people in the crowd don't know what they're fucking doing. You know what I mean? They're supposed to cheer for the good guy and boo the bad guy and stuff. And some people just kind of sit there and watch. They're not really getting up and being part of the show because that's what wrestling is. You want the audience to join, you know,
Involved.
to
Yeah.
boo and all that.
Mhm.
So if you have a cricket crowd, then it's kind of like frustrating to work with.
I heard a terminology before of wrestling where they say some wrestlers have what's called heat. What is that?
Heat is like,
Yeah.
let's say that all the kids in gym class, you're ready to go to lunch and you just gotta line up and be quiet for a few seconds so the gym teacher can like let you go to lunch because he's like, all right, I'm not gonna tolerate the disrespect unless you guys are quiet, then we're not gonna leave. But one kid keeps fucking and he gets up and he starts like doing whatever, and gym teacher's like, well, that's another like minute I'm gonna make you stand here and you're missing lunch. You know, and then just keep getting up like duh 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 and doing whatever the fuck they want, like just to be defiant. And you're all like, guy, can you please just shut the fuck up so we can go to lunch? We have no fucking time to eat now. And then finally get to go to lunch. All the good stuff is gone. It's like nacho day. All like the chicken and stuff that goes with the nachos, fucking gone. It's because that stupid fuck that was being defiant. Now you hate him. So to have heat is to you just ticked off everybody else in the locker room or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But somebody was explaining you could have a good kind of heat and a bad kind of heat. You could have go away heat.
The heat that you want
Yeah.
isn't what I just explained. Like the heat,
Oh.
I guess like yeah, there's two different kinds of heat. You want heat from the crowd when you're like a wrestler as a heel. You know what a heel is? It's a bad guy.
Oh, no. That's another thing I was just about to ask you. Yeah, it was about a heel. Yeah.
Typically a match is between a face and a heel. A face
Okay.
is the good guy, heel is the bad guy. And then the storytelling is between the good guy and the bad guy. You show straight from when they come out as their persona should be able to tell that this guy is a nice person or they're probably a piece of shit just by their presence. And then you're meant to cheer or boo either one. A good heel gets heat. As a heel, you want to do shit behind the referee's back. So when the referee's not looking, you get away with things that are illegal, like choking your opponent on the rope, distracting the referee, and then having somebody who's not legal in the match attack the opponent, get cheap shots in, hitting the opponent in the groin when the referee's not looking. When the babyface is getting his shine, like he's winning, looks like he's gonna get the upper hand and beat the heel will cut him off with some kind of heelish tactic, like a cheap shot, and then that's typically where the match will slow down. The heel will take over, the match is slowed down, the crowd will start booing. The face is getting the crowd hyped. The face wants the crowd get on their feet and, come on, come on, and then the heel will cut off the face. No, 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 and boo. He'll do what he can to get the crowd
On his side?
on the face's side. You don't want to be a heel and cheat and have the crowd cheer you for cheating. You want to be somebody that the crowd despises, so you cheat in a way that makes sense, and it doesn't make the baby face look like an idiot. The babyface is always a better wrestler. The heel will always have to cheat to get the advantage. So that's the easy difference right there. So you'll see the babyface will out wrestle the heel, and then the heel will poke him in the eyes, he'll grab the ropes and shit. But the babyface will want to wrestle. He'll pull him back from the ropes. He'll insist on getting out of the hold without grabbing the ropes. Have more pride, and then the heel won't have a conscience or whatever, They know the crowd's looking, but the referee's not. They don't give a shit. They're just trying to win. That's like the basic storytelling and psychology of wrestling.
Okay. So the heel is the bad guy. The face is the good guy. The heel will try to, when the ref is not looking, go behind the ref's back to try to do stuff, to try to take down the face, but will also try to get the crowd on his or her side.
No, the heel doesn't get the crowd on their side. The heel tries to get the crowd to boo them by slowing the match down. Let's say the heel just got the face in like a submission hold, and he's being really dirty about it. He's got him in like a hold. He's like wrenching his face back, and while he's doing it, he's digging his elbow, putting his fist across his nose and digging it in, grabbing his mouth, giving him a Glasgow smile is what it's called, I believe. Pull the cheeks apart with your fingers. Do something really dickish, slap him on the top of the head. The babyface, typically in the beginning, they'll be out wrestling them, but the heel will pull some kind of dirty tactic that will now get them on top, so now they're taking advantage. They hurt their knee. I'm going to start doing all these attacks on his knee now. I'm going to start targeting it. I'm going to kick him. I'm going to start stretching it out.
I see.
And then that builds up to the babyface has been tortured on his knee this whole time. At the end, the heel will get his comeuppance. So the babyface will be like, oh yeah? Fuck you. Kick the heel in the knee. Start punching him in the fucking where it hurts, which the babyface wouldn't typically take advantage of, but the heel's been asking for it, Yeah. Because that's the way he's been playing the character. He's picking a body part that's like, oh fuck, ref. Oh my God, my leg. And then the referee's like, back up. Let me check on him, and the heel's like, nah, I'm not giving him time. And then he starts like taking your boot off, stomping on it, and all the marks. Have you heard that one?
No, I haven't. What's that?
Marks are people that are like kids and shit that believe wrestling's real. The suckers, they're the people that they'll cry when their favorite person loses, but somebody like me who's in the business, I know what goes on, so I can predict things. I'm not gonna say like, oh man, I hope that my favorite wins. I'll be like, well, this person's gonna lose because obviously the storytelling is going this way. This person would not lose to this character clean. Do you know what that means?
Like playing fair kind of thing?
Yeah, let's say somebody who's been undefeated, they're huge. They're going into this match against somebody who's small and like a known cheater. The only way that they would win is like they're probably getting beat the fuck up through the whole match. He finds an opportunity to pull the turnbuckle off or whatever, and then when the face doesn't notice, he gets him to fall into the exposed metal of the turnbuckle, because typically it's padded. He'll pull it off. Now the face will hit his face in it, and he'll be like, now he's the exposed turnbuckle, and it's a storytelling mechanic. Now he's extra hurt. Now the heel will take advantage of that face being injured. The heel will do something dastardly to get on top. Now it's the heat moment of the match where he's like, yeah, he's not so tough. And he starts stomping on him and stuff, and the face is trying to like ask for help from the crowd, like, come on, give me your energy, come on. People start stomping their feet, cheering, and the heel's like, nah. Another hit, Boo.
Yeah.
So now the heel's on top because he cheated. The face would most likely come back from that. He'll overcome the cheating, but then the heel will do something like the face is getting pinned by the heel. Now he puts his feet on the ropes so he has extra leverage and the referee doesn't notice. That's an illegal thing to do. Or he'll put his hands on the tights and pull on them. Like the face can't kick out of the pin. Both of those things are heel things to do to cheat to win. And the referee doesn't see it. This is another term. Then the face is protected from looking like a chump. The word protected means that if you're undefeated, you don't lose clean. You have to keep up that undefeated streak. You can't just lose. People are like, okay, this person's going against this person. Well, he's not going to lose. And then they make it seem like he's going to lose. And then it's like, oh, is he going to lose? You know? And in the end, he finishes and wins. But the heel will get the dirty victory. And it's like, holy shit, he lost. And that's another thing called the swerve. You swerve the audience.
Like people like you were trying to explain, know what's going to happen because you can follow the storyline, but that's a swerve, like kind of like a twist almost. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, you swerve them. So like you expect this thing to happen and then all of a sudden they throw something out of left field at you because there's two different audiences that you're broadcasting to. The people who think this is real and then the people who know it's all storytelling. So they know that with storytelling and how wrestling plays out, different characters should come out on top in matches. Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania. The Undertaker was undefeated at WrestleMania for like 22, 23 years or whatever. Brock Lesnar was just like unstoppable monster. And he just came back from the UFC. So now he's like extra like monsterish and unstoppable. And they're trying to push him as this beast, you know? So now he's going against The Undertaker, who was undefeated. Nobody thinks Brock Lesnar is going to win, but they always make it seem like, oh, is The Undertaker going to lose to like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and whoever? So it's like this, holy shit, he kicked out. He's not going to lose this year. And then Brock Lesnar beats him. You know, it's like really shocking because he never loses at WrestleMania. You think maybe he's probably going to retire undefeated at WrestleMania. And then Brock Lesnar beats him. For storytelling reasons, it's because Brock Lesnar is now like kind of final boss that they're trying to build up. So he comes back from MMA. He's unstoppable now. He just beat The Undertaker's undefeated streak. And then Roman Reigns, he was the most recent like Universal Champion who won both the world championships on each show, Raw and SmackDown. He was undefeated, held his title for like 1,000-something days. They wanted to make him like the greatest champion in the modern era. So people are predicting like, oh, he's not going to lose his belt. So every match just became like filler now. Like now they know he's going to hold the belt for so long until he beats this record, Hulk Hogan's record, which was like not the ridiculously 7 years long, but like 4, you know, but he was very close. But every match, they always tried to make it seem like, holy shit, the person almost won. And then when Cody Rhodes, he finally defeats Roman Reigns after like a couple years of like storytelling. But booking, you can read a lot of those matches and say like, Roman Reigns is not going to fucking lose. Maybe it's worth the watch because it's like Roman Reigns versus this person. And that's the person I want to see wrestle, you know? So I'll watch it. And it's probably going to be entertaining either way. Like when Brock Lesnar wrestled Roman Reigns for the last time in a last man standing match where like you have 10 seconds to stand up before your opponent wins. They destroyed the ring with a construction truck.
What? Seriously?
While Roman Reigns was inside of it and he goes flying out of it. It was like insane. But like they do shit like that. It's like, holy crap, is Brock Lesnar going to win? You know? And then it's like, no, Roman Reigns is gonna come on top to make him seem like he's the biggest fucking heel champion of all time, you know? He's got the bloodline, he's related to The Rock. Everybody in his like team is a part of the same kind of family, and they're making it a whole thing. So he had that belt for like 3 or 4 years and he finally loses it. So it creates like a huge moment for the person who wins the belt, which is Cody Rhodes. He used to be on the WWE and then he felt disrespected for a while because of the roles that they had him play. Felt like he could do more. He left, did the indies, like what I'm in is the indies, like independent circuit.
Sorry to interrupt you. I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, but is Raw the one that's uncut or is Raw the one that's recorded?
Raw is always live. SmackDown, I think, is recorded sometimes. It is live. I don't know when because I've been to a live showing of it. But SmackDown is typically the B show and Raw is like the A show. It's 3 hours
Yeah.
long. But SmackDown is where Roman Reigns, the champion, was for so long. And that kind of became the A show because of just how prestigious that title is and how big the story is. And like I was saying with Cody Rhodes, he did the indies for a little while. And then
Mhm.
have you heard of AEW?
Is that like a middle tier kind of thing?
It's
Like a middle
their
tier
main
matches?
competitor.
Okay.
So that there's New Japan, Old Japan, or whatever in Japan.
Yep.
That's like overseas. Then there's like AAA, like Lucha Libre Wrestling, Lucha Underground in like Mexico, South America. US, the only thing was WWE for a while. Well, let me just explain the history real quick. WWE wasn't always televised. Wrestling used to just be territories, like untelevised, like the north, south, east, west, whatever. I'm not too like educated on it. I just know that's how it used to be, run by different promoters, and they wouldn't interfere with each other. They'd sometimes have talent trades. And then Vince McMahon Sr., Vince McMahon Jr., the guy who's like the owner was, there's a lot of stuff that went on. I'd have to, that's a whole thing. Vince McMahon Sr. was the original owner of the WWF, and then Vince McMahon Jr. bought it, and then he was like, let's televise it. It'll make money. So he wants to make a monopoly of the wrestling business, and everybody else is like, that's not how we do it. He did it anyway. It wasn't cool, you know, for everybody else.
Yeah.
So he starts getting talent, making them like pop culture icons like Hulk Hogan or whatever. It's not all like success immediately as a bunch of failures and success, failure. And things played out the way like Hulk Hogan came out as like his big thing and all these other people over time. And then there's a lot of politicking, especially back in the day when it was like, I think, newer and people were more buddy with the boss and stuff. And like,
Well, you know, I think I deserve this over him. And
there was a lot of controversies and stuff between like talent trying to get ahead, mostly like Hulk Hogan. He was I told you he was like the longest running champion, and then people like Shawn Michaels, who was notorious for being like a dick or whatever back then, to stay like relevant. And then there were things like the Montreal Screwjob with Bret Hart, who had refused to drop the title because it was his last night. He was going to WCW. After all this time, WCW, which is kind of like the remains of the indie circuit, like Turner Broadcasting or whatever, and creates WCW, Jim Crockett Wrestling Promotions. They become a thing. They're their main American competitor now on TNT. It's not immediate that WCW becomes competition, but then WCW starts doing better than them in ratings, and people thinking that they're going to get better pay, more respect over on the other company. So now WWE isn't a monopoly. There's another competitor. So people got that in their back pocket to be like, hey, I don't need to stay here and make less money. This guy's offering me more, you know? Are you there? Hello?
Hey,
What the fuck? What, I've been talking for so long. When'd you cut out?
The last thing you were talking about was Vince McMahon and his son that was like, no, I'm gonna try to make money off of this. Fuck you, dad, kind of thing.
That's where it cut out. I told a whole story. Hold on.
I missed the whole damn thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get, my girlfriend got Chipotle for me. I'm gonna go get that and grab my drink too, so I'll be back.
You got Chipotle? Ew.
what do you mean?
Oh, you mean Moe's?
No. Ew.
Moe's?
Why the fuck did you get Chipotle?
Because
don't
there's
you know
no
what's happening
Moe's
with
nearby.
Chipotle right now?
What do you mean?
Chipotle is like in the shit right now because of what their company's doing.
What do you mean what their company's doing?
Look it up. When you're getting your Chipotle, look it up. Chipotle, I'm not saying it's not good, but I've heard recently they're really doing bad things with their business. Check it out when you go get your stuff. Go get it. That way you can come back and talk to me about it.
Oh, you can't see my screen. I was looking. Neil, you need to tell me like immediately when you can't. Like I was talking and talking and talking until I realized you didn't respond, you know?
Damien, I was listening, and then all of a sudden it just cut out. It wasn't me. It just said that you
need to text
got off
me, like send me a Facebook message or something, so like I can.
All right, if it happens again,
realize
you got it.
because I'm just
Yep.
talking, and then it's really frustrating because I go into detail, you know?
I'm sorry. I thought that you realized it as soon as your internet or whatever happened,
No,
and
because
then I was like, "Oh, he's just trying to figure his way back."
I'm not looking at the Discord. I'm looking up at my screen. I don't
You
know.
don't
Like
hear yourself go off?
no, it doesn't like I don't hear anything.
Because for me, as soon as you log off, it says and it makes a sound, and it said it doesn't say anything, but I can hear the "boo-doo-doo," like you went offline.
Well, it probably happens, but I'm too busy speaking, and then like
Oh,
nothing,
you
like I
can't
don't
hear
get
it.
any kind of
Yeah,
text or anything that you
yeah,
don't try
I gotcha.
calling back or anything. Like
Well, I can't because you're offline.
I don't
It
know.
literally shows you're offline.
This internet's fucking shit up here. It makes me angry. Like we just got better internet and everything, but I have to go get my food. She's been back for a little bit now, and it's getting cold.
Yeah, go get it. He is on TNA. I guess it's a United Kingdom. No, wait.
No, that's the other show in America.
Total Nonstop Action Wrestling.
Yeah, it's the other show.
Okay.
That's not AEW.
It's funny though because his
Amen. He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
it's so damn goofy because it's just him in front of the fucking camera and he just claps with a stupid smile on his face. God, it's funny. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe. All right, I can see it.
So when am I
Chipotle.
My girlfriend told me that they've been skimping on unloading up the bowls, so now people with their phones out,
Yes,
they'll
that's what I meant. The portion sizes are not the same as they used to be.
now people are like calling them out on it. So I guess
Mhm.
people who have their phones out like they're making a video or whatever are
Yeah.
getting extra.
Well, that's what she should do next time. She should be pulling out her phone to make a video.
That's what she did.
Nice.
Now look at my bowl. Hold
Oh,
it up
wow.
to the camera. So am I re-explaining the history of WWE to you, or like?
I mean, you don't have to go into detail. I'd like to see your matches. I'd like to see how you got started and stuff. I was just trying to ask questions about like the terminology and stuff because I don't want to be lost when you're explaining your videos and you're like, yeah, that's because I have heat. Oh yeah, that's because I'm appealing to the marks. Oh yeah, because and I'll be like, what the hell's he talking about?
Because I'm appealing to the marks.
Exactly. That's what I meant.
Who's Mark?
Who's Mark? What's he talking about? I thought you were going to talk about your how you got started.
Well, finally, Neil. Jeez. I started out by I was going to class and then I started going to the shows so I can like, make myself known to that
Yeah.
I'm taking this serious. So
Yeah.
because there's trainees that'll just go to training, they won't go to the shows because they're not being booked. So they're like, well, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I have some pretty funny stories from some of the shows that I went to just to watch, though. I'll tell you another time. But I started off by just kind of being a person in the crowd. The promoter, he told me, just observe, just observe. And so I just walked around in the back locker room area. It's not a locker room. These places are always at VFW halls and stuff like that, or in the middle of a field for like a carnival. The locker room is literally just whatever room that they have close enough to where the entrance curtain is, where the wrestlers can get changed. And sometimes there's not any room and everybody's just crammed. We did it at an arcade bar. All these arcade machines just back there. No room to really move around. I got changed in my car. At first. What the fuck? There's like a... So I started off doing that. And then I don't like doing nothing. They would give me tasks like being the bell guy, ring the bell when the match is done. And that I have to like stand and watch the match the whole time, wait for it to be done to ring. It's like, I know it's essential, but it's like something I know I could do other things. Or they'll like be like, oh, can you do the music? Hand me his phone, and then I'll pick the music for the wrestler who wins, who's going out. Eventually, I was like telling them I have a camera and stuff that I never used for anything. I could bring that and I try to record the matches because before they didn't really record all the matches. They would just record what they thought was worth showing, and it wouldn't always be edited. It would just be a single camera. I told them like, oh, is it all right if I set up my own setup here? I could set up a camera and just kind of like do the floater camera. Like I had a hard camera one spot and then I did the floating camera myself. and then I edited a full show after I recorded it, and then I like submitted it to the guy who does the like YouTube stuff for the promotion, and they liked my work. So then now I'm actually like I make all the wrestling match content because I edit it. Now I don't film it because there's another person that goes to college for film and he likes wrestling, so he comes and films for us. So I have him filming with my camera, and he has like a movie grade camera that he got for college that he uses for the hard cam. Then I edit afterwards, and I try to put little like professional details in it and whatever. So that's like how I kind of got my start. And I still film at other promotions too while I'm like still learning the craft as a wrestler at my school shows, because it's more than just my promotion around. There's another place like in Connecticut that I've been to. There's other places in Massachusetts that kind of like are in like a other type of region. So I started out editing. So what happened when I first got my debut, there was 2 nights that I made my debut. The way that we run our shows is we'll have a show that takes place in Woonsocket at the school, and then we'll have like a show in Taunton at a VFW hall. And the ones at the school are typically like, it doesn't matter what we do here. Nobody's going to show up to the other show because it's like a small crowd. People local are going to show up, only like family and friends. Barely anybody really will typically come unless there's a reason to, or like all of a sudden everybody's decided wrestling's hot tonight, so you know, there's a big crowd all for no reason. And so the first clip I want to show you, they're both the same debut but 2 versions of it, because the first version of it was at the school, which was like kind of a what you call a house show. And house shows, when you're like watching WWE, a house show from the WWE is when they come to town. They'll put on matches with like the talent where they'll have less restrictions on like storytelling and all that. They'll practice like moves and spots that they want to do for real. So they'll do that in front of like a non-televised crowd, and then they'll do the televised show, which is canon. What actually is
happens in the
people record it on their cell phones and stuff and be like, oh, look what this person said during a non-televised thing. But people don't lose belts and shit during those shows.
Right.
So this first one, I think because of my shoulder, they didn't want to risk my shoulder having issues during a match or whatever. And I was still kind of learning how to wrestle. It's a whole dance, you know?
No, I don't.
It's not like just fighting. You have to tell a story with it.
Oh.
There's different spots and stuff, and then you have like your different moves and whatever, but it's not really like what you're doing, it's why. I can get into that when I talk about a actual match. This is like a segment. This is just introducing my character, and my character, I'm an artist with the degree in like digital media, and I'm filming. It's like me. It's actually me.
Yeah.
But my persona that I will develop is actually, you'll see the person who's about to come out through the curtain. His name's Big Business. He comes out looking for talent for BBW management, Big Business Wrestling Management. So he comes out and he's like taking like anonymous quests or whatever, and I'm one of them. I'm on camera. Well, I think this first one I'm not. I think they have somebody else on camera, but there's like a last minute. I don't know about other promotions, but our place, they kind of tell us what we're doing when we get there. They don't tell us too many times ahead of time, because it's like whoever shows up, we're gonna make the matches based on that, because sometimes people just don't come, so they don't want to advertise a match for this no show, you know. And that's why you advertise things as like match card subject to change, so people don't get pissed.
Right, I see.
This segment was just kind of like, hey, you want to do this segment? Because I was just learning spots, and then they wanted to see what I could do, because I had a character. They wanted to get my character over. I came into this with the persona that I wanted to develop. It was a wrestling addict, somebody who's addicted to professional wrestling, not a drug addict. But that's the direction that they try to make my, because it's relatable. I try to portray like the addiction as wrestling, but I portray my style and everything as like I smoke weed, do coke, whatever, you know, just by the way I present myself. But this first thing is mostly just me, not fully figured out yet. But this guy, Big Business, he told me when I was first cutting my promos, I would start my promos like, hi, my name is The Damien, and I'm addicted to professional wrestling. Hi, Damien. You know, like it's like a AA.
Somebody asking.
So when I told him that this was my character, he's like He's a theater guy. He was like, let me think. So he comes back to me another day. Jim Ignatowski from Taxi. I had a new obsession for like a month after that. You ever see that show, Taxi?
Mm-mm. Nope.
He told me to watch Taxi for that character. You know Doc Brown from Back to the Future?
Yeah.
That's who plays Jim Ignatowski.
Oh, okay.
Danny
I get it
DeVito
now.
and like Judd Hirsch, a bunch of other people who like got their start on that show.
Yeah.
It's really fucking funny. Like I was like cracking up laughing at these jokes. I don't know if it's because I'm like 30 now, but I was fucking dying at this show, especially Jim Ignatowski, because he's like his mind is gone because he's a drug addict, or he was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
his mind's melted. So he often gets taken advantage of by the boss, who's like installs like an arcade machine, and then Jim keeps losing. Oh, you know, it's like, I have no more quarters. All I got is this $20 bill. And it's like, well, let me tell you something. I just happen to have quarters right here for you, you know. And the boss comes over like, yeah, I'll take that 20 and I'll exchange them for these quarters so you can keep playing that game, Jim. Oh, thank you so much. You're so thoughtful. That's the character that I like watched and I studied. There's a lot of characters like The Rock. He's based on like Johnny Bravo. John Cena, he's Vanilla Ice. Kane,
Oh, really?
he's Jason Voorhees. A lot of times, it's like they portray a character and they amplify their own personality through it, and then over time it fades into just the character becomes just them. Depending on how successful it is, you're not always gonna be the same character. You always have to evolve. So like John Cena, he was like the Vanilla Ice, like white guy rapper, and then he became like Superman, a like unstoppable person, you know, that the kids love. All right, so this is my my actual like first debut where I'm on like camera or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be here. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, man, what do you mean? I know what I'm doing.
So this is big business. He's not one of the trainers. He comes and he helps out.
Yep.
And then that kid in the background with the striped referee shirt.
Yeah.
I already told you. I got it under control.
He's like 15, 16. And he's training there.
I'm gonna do this interview and then I'm out. It's too cold for this.
He's a YouTube champion right now. D-Rex.
Yeah, no. Shut up. I'm on the phone. No, I got you. All right. I'll talk. No, I'm not smoking in here. I want to set off the alarm like I did last time. All right, cool. I got you.
Okay, so just a quick thing. He said,
Yeah.
I want to set off the alarm like last time. What he's actually referencing right now is an incident that happened like a couple nights before. We had the smoke machine for one of the guys, Brother Moon Revan. We were trying to cut a promo for him using the smoke machine, which we do at shows sometimes at that location. It fills up the whole area. So during the shows, they'll come out and it fills with smoke. And it's like, Jesus, can't see shit, you know? And then like you're down in the basement trying to record this one segment, turn the lights on to make them red. And then they turn on the smoke machine. So it's like... for like a couple seconds, and now the room's just full of smoke or steam or whatever. And then we're trying to cut a promo. Brother Moon Revan's like, the pig eats the pig. He doesn't know he eats the pig. And then like the alarm starts going off like beep, beep, beep. We're like, what the fuck? It's because of the smoke machine. And it's
Right,
like,
because the smoke machine.
This never happened, and now we gotta wait for the fire department to come and turn it off and everything.
Yeah.
So that was just what he was referencing.
Oh, okay.
Nobody in the crowd knew that, but I did.
For those of you who don't know who I am big business. And I come to you as a representative of Big Business Wrestling Management. And BBW Management is always looking for new, fresh talent. We like to smooth out the rough edges and trim the fat. Now listen, folks, I'm gonna make this quick, because like I said, I don't like y'all, I don't like being here. It's too damn cold out here. I'm tired of this shit. Right? So, without further ado, we have an applicant that I'd like to bring out to the ring right now for an interview. So applicant, can you please come?
All right, so the song I'm coming out to, Because I Got High by Afro Man. That was another suggestion by him, Big Business.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And he was like, you need to come out to Because I Got High by Afro Man. I was like, I didn't really feel it as like an entrance song, but I'm like, I'll roll with it. You know, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So this is me coming out to that song, and I've developed the entrance over time, so I look like I'm fucked up coming out the entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah. At first, I looked like I was itchy and coked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, aren't you the guy that was out here before the show started in the middle of the ring talking? Was that you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's your name?
I'm the Damien.
The Damien. Very interesting name. The Damien? The Damien. Okay. Not bad. All right. Well, the Damien. Here's how this is going to work. This is like a job interview. All right? BBW Management, as you may have heard me say, is looking for fresh, new talent. Okay? Now I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and have you do a few things, and then, you know, we'll see where you're at, okay? Yeah. Okay, now, if memory serves me correct, you said something to the degree of you like taking bumps and getting high, is that correct? Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Hey, listen. You know. So
taking a bump in wrestling terms is like I might have explained it earlier. You're like falling on your back, your front, hitting the mat.
Yeah.
Here's what I would like
you did
to
explain
do
that.
First. I would like you to take 4 bumps. Can you do that?
Right here.
Right here in the ring. Take 4 bumps. Let's see.
That's the first thing you learn is how to do this.
All right, not bad. Give a round of applause. Round of applause. That wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. Yeah. Wow, you really liked that, didn't you? You liked that?
I love that.
Oh, man.
My favorite.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. That's that part of the interview. Okay, now, Damien, as you know, wrestling isn't all about just wrestling. There are many components to it. Okay, there's what you do in the ring, and then there's what you say on the mic. So, real quick, I would like for you to cut what we call in the wrestling business as a promo, telling me why you feel like you should be represented by BBW Management.
I think that I should be represented by BBW Management because, like I said, I am an art major or graduate cum laude. That means I'm very good at school, and everybody else who graduated less than that was average at best. But I can help you with your branding. You see this shirt? You know how many people call me Duber because I wear this shirt? You know how many people see this hat and go, yo, I love Dragon Ball? I just gotta wear your shirts or design some shirts. Just walk around, people will get this name out there, and then we can take bumps and get high all over the world.
All right. Give a round of applause. That was good. Was that good? What do you think? Is that yeah? Okay. All right. Taking bumps and getting high all over the world. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't beat that. All right. That was pretty good. Okay, so for this last feat, I want to see how good your skills are. Okay? So here's what I want you to do. I want to see if you can take me off my feet. Okay? You can do that.
Somebody has
The
faith.
lady in the background needs to shut the hell up.
What lady?
The lady in the background. Yup. Oh yeah, he's the Damien. Shut the fuck up, lady. it's like a heckler in the background trying to like egg you on. Oh my
Yeah,
god. But the way you explained the audience, that kind of makes sense now. So like she's trying to act like more involved because the audience should be, like you were explaining, right?
Yeah, it's like you don't want them to just be crickets. It's annoying when
Right.
somebody's like, "You're fucking stupid. You suck. Nice comeback." You know, it's like cringe. You know, and then like
I understand.
like you get people who are just like shouting things to like there's a segment going on, you know, she's just kind of adding her 2 cents, like, if you could
Yep.
take me off my feet. Yeah, he will.
Yeah, right. He will. That's all. But some of her comments are off-putting to me, so I'm just like, what? Please
I don't
stop
think
talking so I can hear what they're saying.
I don't know if I heard them.
Well, no, you didn't hear them because you're on the stage, but we're listening to it now, and she's like, "Oh, he will, yeah." Like, okay, shut the hell up. But yeah, okay, go ahead.
List. All right? You ready? Go.
I wipe my nose every time because I'm dripping with snot from all that coke I do.
Yeah.
Come on, do it again. Application right to the bottom. Hey, I'm doing this interview. Shut up. Well, Damien, I'm sorry to say that we've decided to go in a different direction. We'll keep your application on file, and we wish you luck in your future endeavors. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You win some, you lose some, right?
I like his song.
I do too. He's tall.
You saw how he stepped over those ropes?
Yeah, he's tall.
So
How tall is he? He's a tall dude.
I'm not sure exactly, but it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
show this, but I got up a little too soon after that. That like
Yeah.
big boot to the face was supposed to be like a little finisher, you know? And after that, I kind of like got up like, and I didn't let the referee come in and ask if I was okay, help me up.
Yep.
And that's to like get sympathy from the crowd. So I didn't do it that time. So now I told you how there was like I have 2 versions of that. So they told me to stay down longer. So in the second version, I made sure to listen, you know. Are you bored, Mr. Neal?
I'm not bored. I'm listening very intently. Are you bored?
No.
Mr. Damien.
Could never be bored of Mr. Neal.
Oh shit.
This one's done at the VFW hall. So it's like the same segment, but it's a little different. And it's edited too. I don't know if this was ever actually posted or not. If I do any more of these with other matches, I'm going to post like the original link. But these ones I don't think are actually like posted. You ready, Mr. Neal, for my first debut?
Yeah, bruh.
Bleh. I didn't have an ideal spot for a hard cam here, so I had to make do. It's supposed to be head on with the ring. This is like an angle. You see it right there in the left? That's my phone or whatever. Actually, this is my photo camera. sucks. That guy's name is Sarge.
Yep.
Sergeant Mildoon.
Excuse me, Sarge. I didn't mean to interrupt the great job you're doing, whatever you're doing. But, ladies and gentlemen,
Do you see me?
Yep.
I'll be quick, because it's too cold out. I don't like none of y'all. What the hell is a Taunton, Massachusetts? I'm from where you're not, where people have money and do big things. All right?
Oh,
Those of you who don't
damn.
know me, I am business. And I come to you today as a representative of Big Business Wrestling Management. And here at BBW Management, we believe in developing new talent. We believe in signing guys and getting them to the big leagues. We believe in fresh young talent. We smooth out the rough edges and trim the fat. So, what we're going to do is shut up, you fat prick.
Oh, Jesus. Damn, put that heckler down.
Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to conduct a quick little interview for one of our applicants to see who's going to get signed to BBW Management. All right. Now, we have the Damien. Please, the Damien, come to the ring.
This was a last minute thing too. They were like, "You want to do the same segment from yesterday?" I was like, "Okay, but I'm on camera."
You the Damien?
Yeah, I'm the camera guy.
Oh wow. This place is full of surprises. All right, the Damien. This is kind of like a job interview, okay? You wanna open your shirt, loosen up a little bit? Yeah, it's a little hot in here.
I wanted to show the pot leaf,
There you go. Okay.
but I was wearing it shut.
Damien, here's what we're gonna do. First, because in the wrestling business, it's not all about, headlocks, takedowns, and what you do in the ring. It's also about this thing that we call promos. So what you're gonna do first is you're gonna cut a quick little promo telling me who you are and why you think you should be represented by BBW Management. Can you handle that?
Of course I can.
All right.
Give her the mic.
Well, my name is the Damien, and I'm addicted to professional wrestling. Professional wrestling's that one thing that gives me that high, I used to watch professional wrestling when I was a little baby Damien, growing up. And my parents, my grandparents, they wouldn't want me to stay up too late because I had to go to school in the morning. So I put towels at the bottom of the door so nobody could see this light come out and yell at me. So I could watch, Monday Night Raw until like 11 p.m. This guy knows what's up. So
Making a connection.
I always wanted to do that since I was a little baby.
Little baby Damien.
Little baby.
I screwed up, when I went to college, I went for the wrong thing. I mean, I don't feel like I wasted my time, my experience, my life, going to college and living the life I did, but I've always wanted to be here in the wrestling business. Even if it is doing art, like I went to school for, I just want to be a part of this, somewhere around, even in the middle of this ring, just taking bumps and getting high.
That's my catchphrase.
Getting bumps, getting high.
Give him a round of applause. That was pretty good. All right.
So, Big Business, you can tell he's a heel, right?
Yep, I could tell right away.
and I'm a face. He's building me
Yeah.
up so he can take me down. You know, he's
Right.
acting all like, yeah, give him a round of applause. So then he
Yep.
gives me the boot, and everybody goes, "Ah, what a piece of crap you are," you know? Feel bad for Damien.
Right.
Said, I like to take bumps and get high. Yeah. Pretty cool concept. Well, here at BBW Management, we want you to take bumps and get high all over the world. So, speaking of taking bumps and getting high, why don't you give us a couple of bumps right now? Give me like 4 bumps. Go ahead. Yep, right in the ring. 1.
These are the variations of bumps. Back bump, front flip bump, and the face bump.
And it's all for show.
Well, I did that because he's like, you like to take bumps and get high? Show me. So I did the bumps that you learn when you're like, you have to learn to land like that. So when somebody gives you a hip toss, you
Yeah.
land like this one. You take a hip toss, you have to flip yourself. You know,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
somebody trips you, you take that bump. You know,
Yeah.
somebody gives you a clothesline, you take that bump. You have to learn how to take that safely before you can actually wrestle. But I was making it a part of the bit because I like to
Right.
take bumps.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I get what you were doing. I was following.
I was just explaining to the non-casual, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you filthy casuals, because I totally know a lot.
And Mr. Neil knows more than me.
Damn, that's saying something. You're an actual professional wrestler.
I know, but I'm on drugs though, remember?
That's right. You are on drugs. Narcotics.
I guess taking bumps makes him high. All right, that's good. Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round of applause. Okay. All right, that was good, sir. That was good. I'm impressed. So, one more thing in this interview that I'm going to need you to do, and that is, if you want your application to go to the top of the list, all you have to do is take me off my feet.
Take the shirt off. Oh my god.
Someone totally take it off.
Yeah, he told you to take it off.
Well, Damien, unfortunately, we decided to go in a different direction. We'll keep your application on file, and we wish you luck in all of your future endeavors. Thank you for your time.
I've heard that one before.
Oh.
That the one on camera, his name's Noah. He's actually like training too.
Oh,
So
okay.
he was around.
Yeah.
I drove him to the show, and I had a feeling that if I had him along with me, maybe I would get a better chance to do a segment.
Yeah.
So I offered to pick him up. It's like I went out of my way to go get him and bring him here from Woonsocket
Yeah.
to Taunton.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got to do this. Oh, I almost forgot. His name's Roger Williams. He has this whole gimmick where he's like, his name's Roger Williams.
What? What do you mean? He has a whole gimmick where his name is Roger Williams? Yeah, you already said that. His name's Roger Williams. How's that a gimmick? Hello?
Sorry, I was laughing.
Oh, okay.
His whole gimmick is
Dr.
His name's
Roger
Roger
Williams.
Williams. Yeah, you told me that.
He's from like the House of Malpractice. This is during his heel turn. He was like a face before. He would come out and he would give lollipops to people and like and then they were like, well, let's turn him heel. And now like you're about to see he doesn't do this anymore, but I thought it was really funny that
The doctor. Hey, doctor, he's high.
lollipop in my mouth.
Yeah, I love that.
See how he comes out, builds sympathy like I was dead or whatever. Are you all right?
Yeah.
What happened? Acting like my legs don't work. Remember I told you that they told me I needed to sell the sell that attack, so this time I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you're like really selling it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, that was my debut like interviews.
Ooh.
What'd you think of that?
I thought it was pretty cool the way that they introduced you. I liked that it was the fact that it was an interview, and I liked the fact that they did two, where they did like a one that was kind of like you said it was underground, and then this one was like the VFW. I really like the VFW one more. It seems like it was more like planned and staged, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the first one, like I told you, it was all last second planning, and then I was like nervous. So like they're telling me like, you want to do this? I'm like, oh, okay. And then they start like, all right, we're gonna get the camera to him then, and then you're gonna do the spot in the beginning, and I'm talking to Big Business in the back for a little bit about it for like a couple minutes, and he's just, all right, what can we do here? So then we come up with the plan. How about I'm asking people for interviews, and then you come out as like an interviewee, and you say you like to take bumps and get high, so I ask you to take bumps so you can observe, and then I ask you to take me off my feet, and then I'll boot you in the face. So that's like pretty much he tells me like I'm gonna ask you to give me a 30-second promo, and then I'm gonna ask you to take me off my feet, and that's like what we discussed. So then I'm like thinking in my head what I'm gonna say, I want to make this come loud joke about how I went to college.
Right.
I didn't do it the second time, but then the second time I went a little more detail about like my degree and how I love wrestling. And then I also knew what I should have improved on from the first time, so I made sure to do better. Still nervous though the second time because like never done it before, and now I'm getting into the middle of a ring with the microphone, everybody's looking at me, and I can't just bail out, I have to.
Right. No, I know. I know.
Follow through and like keep in kayfabe. You know what that means?
No. What does that mean?
Kayfabe is the pig Latin for fake. So when wrestlers are in kayfabe, so let's say somebody like The Undertaker, when you see him out in public, he'll maintain that Undertaker persona because he doesn't want you to know who he really is. Like he won't be talking to Brock Lesnar. He'll be avoiding him like out in the public, so people don't think like, hey, wait a minute, I thought that Brock Lesnar was your enemy. And it's
Right.
like, nah, that's just it's all part of the script. You know, you don't want to
Right.
break the illusion by like
Correct.
drinking with them out in the bar or whatever. Like you
Right.
sit
But
at
in
dinner.
reality, that could be happening.
Yeah.
I see.
So I'm not really sure how to like end these segments, but I have other matches to watch. That was just my first actual thing that I appeared doing. So I wanted to make that one episode, and then the next thing that I do, I could do a second episode, you know.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. I think we could do, like you said, we could end it where it's like me saying like, "Oh, that was really awesome to see. I can't wait to see the, an actual wrestling match next." And you're like, "Well, actually, that's what we're going to do next time." And I'd be like, "Oh man, I can't wait to look forward to that."
Well,
and you'd be like, "Well, actually, we could do it right now." And I'd be like, "All right, guys, subscribe. See what's going to happen."
Actually, Neil, now that you mention it, I do have other matches that I can show you. And my next one is my actual match debut. But I think everybody else is going to have to wait until next week.
I think so too.
Everybody's
I think the only way that they're going to be able to really see this and get notified is if they subscribe and hit that bell.
Yeah, they smash that like button and they ding that bell.
I think they should bump.
Yeah, take a
that
bump.
that like button. Yeah,
Fucking
take
bump that
take a
bell.
bump for every time that you liked this video. Take a bump.
That might be deadly, Neil.
You think so?
Don't tell people to die. That's got a
true.
lawsuit
I'm
on my
sorry.
hands now.
It's unalive yourself. Actually, you got to say that correctly. Unalive.
That's right. Thank you, Neil. That's why you're my business partner. Where we make no money.
No, we make nothing.